Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Same teams, well, not quite. The Whitecaps are still here. The Wow Factor is still here. It's just the white side opposed to the black. Same game, same organizations, different players. Up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Smacked into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Once again, good morning from Schoonover Stadium in Kent, Ohio. Game number 2 of the day features the Wow Factor White Squad taking on the Cleveland Whitecaps. He's Josh Manier. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel this morning. One good game so far today. Josh, you got to see the back end of that game. The hunger of the Whitecaps definitely prevalent. Will that carry on over into game number 2, or is that just kind of an isolated inning?
That might have been an isolating inning. I think this kid from Wow Factor, number 17, Richard Ansel, is going to have a great game today. I was talking to his coach when I was getting the batting lineup, just like, hey, what are the keys to the games? He told me this kid can top out 85, 86. I'm expecting a lot of fastballs from him today. And obviously, like you said, they were pretty dominant in the first game. I'm expecting that same sort of dominance in the second game. But we have always talked about it before. We've seen it with rain. We're going to see it with heat today. Can Mother Nature be the great neutralizer that it usually is in the game of baseball?
And going back to game number 1, it definitely was a player to look at for this Cleveland Whitecaps squad. It is going to be their starting catcher, Brett Zada. He caught the last game. He's catching again. He is fighting these awful temperatures as the guy. So excited to see that. Going back to his high school season, Ansel, 16-11 record, 3 appearances. Not the best ERA, but the best time to make amends for a tough spring is in the summer.
100%. These are where guys revitalize their careers. This is where they get confidence. This is where they can just turn off their brain and think about, hey, let's play some baseball without any school pressure.
Ground ball hit to third. The throw across the diamond is in time for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down. A good start for the Whitecaps defense.
Whitecaps, again, didn't start the first game off super strong, but when you get a nice, simple put-out from your shortstop, that's the great way to start things on defense.
That retires Landon Snyder, and now that will see Brandon Cash, the center fielder, step in. Cash just finished up his junior year at Lakeview in Cortland, Ohio. The pitch hit right back up to the pitcher. What a snag on the mound for out number 2.
Just great heads-up play right there from the pitcher. it's always super hard when you're playing the short game, especially when it comes down to your feet, to be super reactive. He just picked it up really quick, and again, that's 2 putouts back-to-back right there. The defense standing strong here in the second game.
We have seen that play so often over the past couple of weeks, but that one of the prettiest outcomes. It is Ryder on the mound, and he had that excellent snag. That's what you want to see from your starting pitcher. Energy early on in the outing with plays just like that.
Just relying on your backfield, your outfield, your infield to take care of business, and so far, early on, they've done a great job.
Fly ball into left field, shallowly hit, but it will go foul now. 1-1 the count. It is Alec Fusco, the first baseman, stepping in. Fusco just finished up his sophomore year at Springfield. Just like the other Wow Factor squad, a lot of diversity on the squad. You see a lot of Youngstown, South Range out in the Canfield area, Lakeview and Cortland, Champion, Howland and Warren, Ursuline. Then you go more into Stark and Summit with guys from Hoban and some from the Federal League. And then finally you make your break up to the lake with Huron.
And also to hear, I was in the bullpen for a little bit. They were telling me that a lot of those guys also got some new haircuts as well. We got some guys bleaching their hair, buzzing their hair, getting some low taper fades. So maybe a lot of diversity on that in that dugout.
1-2 the count, the pitch. Upstairs for ball 2. I will say we did see that from the Carrollton boys. They did make it to the regional tournament for the first time since 1993. That's why when we interviewed Garrett Broadwater, yeah, he's bleach blonde right now.
Gotta love it.
2-2, good drive into center field, and it will die right in front of the center fielder. It's a 2-out single for Fusco. Good swing right back up the gut, able to drop that one in perfectly, and that will give the Wow Factor a chance to do some damage in the top of the first inning. Richie Ansel, the starting pitcher, now steps in. We've talked about his pace on the mound, but how much velocity does he have given his swing on this baseball? How hard can he barrel up this ball?
Well, obviously, it's the second game, right? He's going to be a little bit fatigued. So you got this summer heat pounding down. It's been 90s all week long, last week as well. So I would love to see him come out strong, try to work on that fastball. I'm not expecting that velocity to continue over through innings 5, 6, and 7. But if you can come out the gate, guns a-blazing, I'd be pretty happy with that if I was their coach.
I would be as well. They did have to wait a long time in the summer's heat. Their compatriots of the Black Squad getting the win 9-5 in game number 1. Now it's the White Squad's turn to return the favor and do it as well. Popped up shallowly into right field. This has a chance to drop, and it will past the right fielder who barrel rolls and tumbles. That will bring Fusco to third. They will send him home, and he is going to score. He didn't touch it, so it's an RBI triple for Richie Ansel.
You were talking a lot about this velocity and just the impact that it can have. That ball was in the air for a very long time, but that was just a great hit, and that just danced on the foul line ball with not crossing over, obviously. And obviously, the right fielder couldn't get the job done, getting that triple RBI, able to send Fusco home.
I kind of hesitated on calling it an RBI triple because on one hand it did fall and did get by. He did get the third unchallenged. But at the same time, you could call it an RBI single, and then on the error, the runner moved up then to third. It's tough when you officially try to score that. Either way, it doesn't matter. Run number 2 now 90 feet away, and it's a chance for the Wow Factor, to really make this game their own. If they can get a hot start just like the Black Squad did in game number 1, they could really make a statement before the Whitecaps offense even has a chance to say anything.
And that's what you want to do with your first inning.
Grounded right back up the middle. Good knockdown by Ryder on the mound. His throw to one is in time, and the side is retired. Still, all it takes is one base runner to cause some chaos, and that is what we saw there. 1-run scores in the top of the first inning. The Wow Factor's defense looking to hold down the fort when we return. This is the 2025 Kent State Invite on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Bottom of one at Schoonover Stadium. It is the wow factor on top early in this one. 1-0 your score. First pitch going to miss upstairs for ball one. As for the Whitecaps, it is Park, Caban, and Winovich set to swing in the bottom of the first inning. But down one early on. They were down 2 in the last game, or excuse me, down 3, I believe, in the end. It's a tough start when you're going out on offense, having to play from behind from the get-go. Does that change your approach here? A little bit more of a manageable situation, but still, a spade's a spade. You're down.
Spade is a spade.
And it's a good start, driven into right center field. That is down and in the gap for extra bases. Park is in at 2, and the tying run on one swing of the bat resides in scoring position. Well, they are playing to tie this one up.
It's a great start right there. You talked about a little bit before that ball got hit. Hey, do they change their approach? They're starting aggressive. You can't go wrong with that. Obviously, you're only down one run instead of being down by 5. That's going to change definitely your approach when you're up at the batter's plate. You're obviously a little bit more aggressive when you're down by 5 by 1. I want to see these guys continue to be patient, especially with Richie being able to throwing these inconsistent pitches.
Caban pops it into right field, and it will be caught for out number 1. Kind of jammed him up on the swing. And that's the beauty of getting that jam. It's going to be skied. It's going to be in a spot where if the runner tags up, he's going to be a dead duck at the next bag. Well done. You don't need to have every batter strike out to be a great pitcher. If you can force bad contact, that makes you equally as good as an out and out. Winovich cuts and misses at that one. 0-1 the count.
You talk a lot about, too, forcing bad contact. I was watching Richie Ansel warm up at the bottom of the first right before we got started, and his pitches look a little inconsistent. I still see that 85, 86. I don't see a lot of precision, but with misprecision or a little bit of inaccuracy could come that bad contact. So he's maybe playing the spread game out, and that could be a huge benefit to him as batters get a little bit confused where to hit contact.
Good work behind the dish by Landon Snyder, the now sophomore at Wharton JFK, as he is able to track that one down for out number 2. We got to see JFK Catholic earlier on this season at Alliance. That was a win for the Aviators in the end. But seeing a lot of those guys that were on that varsity roster again, it's always good to see those schools that are one-off instances, but see those guys again in the summer. That always is a fun part about doing summer baseball, as you get guys from all across Ohio.
And they get opportunities to go up against different pitchers and different competition that they wouldn't necessarily get to go up against if they were just sticking to their conference. These guys are getting a lot of diversity in a short amount of time.
And you look at some of these matchups. If Howland were to play, I mean, you can go through really this whole roster: Solon, Aurora, US, Padua, Ignatius, North Olmsted, Eastlake, North St. Ed's, Brecksville, Normandy. I don't know if I said Padua. I did. Any of those schools, you'd be like, okay, why are they making the hour-and-a-half trip from Youngstown? Line drive into left field. That is down for a single. They will send the tying run, but in the end, they're going to hold him up. Initially, the designation was go home, but in the end, they pumped the brakes, and instead of having the tying run at the plate, they will have the tying run at third, having to wait to come home.
And that's just great hustle right there from the left fielder. Just able to make a great snag and able to throw it back to the pitcher. Left fielder, Ramos, number 2, able to just scoop it up really quickly, get a great throw with a lot of velocity. Could have dealt a lot more damage. And obviously, with a gap like that, that's just super frustrating. But able to make chicken salad out of chicken, you know what, and able to take care of business.
And you look at now with runners in the corners, you can have that runner steal, cause a lot of damage that way, and that runner at third only does so good if he's out at home trying to take the bag. I mean, that's not going to end well if he's out at the plate. You have to play conservatively down early on in this game, and I think initially that's why Coach Zada did give the wave home, but then he reanalyzed things, and then all of a sudden was like, okay, no.
And they're in great position right now. We got one apiece for both teams.
Runner goes, and it is into center field. That is why the first and third scenario is deadly, and we are tied up at 1.
Now it's tied up at 1. But yeah, they're in great scoring position, both sides. The game's not out of control. It's still the first inning. You have every right to play conservative, especially with the inconsistent arm of Ansel that he's throwing out with all these batters. He's obviously going to be throwing fast, but all over the place. Why not get a good scouting report of him in the first couple of innings, then deal that damage third, fourth, and fifth inning?
And as I mentioned, you have that runner that can move him along based on that steal. It's a lot less riskier than to make that play at home, and it's still tied.
Still tied.
That's what matters. They wanted that run to come across, and they're able to make that happen. 2-1 the pitch. Down low and off the plate for ball 3. The key in a game like this is establishing an early lead, and then from there, each inning building on it.
So far, the defense for both teams not letting that happen. It's playing strong defense.
The 3-1 is in there for strike 2, and we are full. In the top of the second inning for the Wow Factor, it is going to be Shaker, Porterfield, and Richards in the 6, 7, and 8 slots. The payoff pitch. Fly ball, foul, and behind us and the main stands. Still a few more games here at Schoonover Stadium today, but this will be our last one as we are jockeying on over to Warrensville Heights for 2 games tonight as a part of the Locked-In Summer League. The payoff, ground ball chopped to second base, picked up. The throw to 1 is in time, and the side will be retired. Nice play by the second baseman, Winovich, as he's able to get that out, or excuse me, the second baseman, that is Richards for the Wow Factor. He's able to get that out and end the inning. Still, 1 run does score for the Whitecaps in the bottom of the first inning. Through 1, we are tied up at 1.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
One complete at Schoonover Stadium. We are tied 1 apiece. Both teams able to get something going offensively in the first inning. And to begin the second, we do have a long fly ball out of play foul. 0-1 the count.
Smee, we were talking afterwards, after that first inning. We were just talking about what the theme of the game was. I think defense, specifically on the outfield, is going to be the key of the game. We're seeing a lot of guys hitting it in the gap. So it's going to come down to, can your outfielders close that gap and get a lot of putouts in faster than the other defense? So I'm really excited to see this defense for both Whitecaps and Wow Factor step up today.
Good drive over the second baseman, and it is down. It is going to be a leadoff single for Jacob Shaker. Excellent drive off of the bat, and placement is everything in this game. So is precision. Just sneaking it over Wojanovic over at second base. That's a big hit.
Now, obviously, this Wow Factor team coming in as favorites today. I'm excited to see the precision. You talked about diversity for this Wow Factor's batting lineup. We obviously got some power hitters. We got some batters that are willing to play the patient game, some precision hitters, some guys that are good at the short game. I'm excited to see that precision continuing throughout this game.
Hit foul by Porterfield. Now a 0-2 count, or 0-1. The throwback was the first. But Nathan Porterfield, wearing number 21, just finished up his sophomore year at Huron High School.
He's going to have a big game today. He's the shortstop for today's game. He's going to have a lot of balls that he's going to have to make sure don't get into the outfield. He's kind of like the bodyguard, if you will. Make sure nothing's getting past me. He's got to have a big day today if Wow Factor wants to come with this victory.
I agree. I think a lot of guys are going to be key players to look at. You can say everybody is, but the shortstop battle is going to be big, and so is the pitching battle. The 0-2, left upstairs for ball one. Good take there from Porterfield. In the on-deck circle, it is Theo Richards, followed by Thomas Ramvos. What an interesting spot in this game. I don't think many people expect this to be a tie game through one. The 1-2, left upstairs, 2-2, throw down to 2, not in time. And that'll put the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Wow Factor, super crafty. Just a great heads-up play right there. Just way to time the takeoff with the pitching velocity and just the finish with the bag stolen.
Even count, 2-2 the pitch. Gonna miss off the plate for ball 3, and we are full. I feel like this could be a game that is back and forth. You score a run, I score a run. You don't score, I score.
Well, 100%. I think these pitchers are still also trying to find their groove too. Again, the pitching right here with Ryder, he's a guy that's pretty straight down. He's not, but he's going to change up the speed a little bit. He's going to have some that are going to be 60s, some that are going to be 70s, a couple are going to be 80s. Then you obviously got the guy for the other side with Wow Factor. We got Ansel, velocity guy for sure, but inconsistent all over the board. It's going to be interesting to see how both of these teams respond to diverse pitching.
Good first strikeout of the day from Ryder. Retires Porterfield for out number 1. Theo Richards, the second baseman, now steps in, looking to move along Shaker, who stands at second. 1-1 your score. Top 2, 1 down. And a chance for some damage. First pitch going to miss upstairs for ball 1. The heat definitely a factor in this game, and in the meantime, we do have a warning given to the Wow Factor dugout. It looks like some guys kind of on the edge trying to get onto the fake turf, but it looks like they came a little bit too close, so they will have to be sent back. And that, I believe, is a dugout warning. The 1-0, inside edge, able to clip it. Now 1-1. Next inning for the Whitecaps, it is Jankowski, Drake, and Noga in the 6, 7, and 8 slots. But this game so far running at least a tad quicker than the last one. The 1-1, left upstairs for ball 2. So a lot of baseball left to be played this weekend here at Kent State. We have 7 more games after this one this weekend, 2 on Saturday, and then 5 on Sunday here. 2-1, hit right side. It is through into right field for a single. They are going to send Shaker home. And in the end, he is going to pull back and retreat to third.
Way to find that gap in between center field and right field, and that's what the theme of the game is going to be. Can I execute my hits that they get through the gap, and can my boys in the outfield rush up quick enough on defense to prevent some more damage being spilled? That could have easily been a double right there, but the hustle from the right fielder made it so that that Wow Factor kept their men on third base. Could have done a lot of damage for Wow Factor, but the Whitecaps still staying strong in this second inning.
Ramvos attempts the bunt, unable to get it down. It's an 0-1 count. The Wow Factor in this game, unlike their compatriots, batting 10 opposed to 9. We'll see if that extra batter, who is DeLuca in the on-deck circle, does make a difference. Runner goes, driven into left field. It will be caught on a fly for out number 2. They are going to send the runner home, and on the sac fly, he is in, and that will make it a 2-1 ball game. Nicely done by the offense. Rambo's able to get that sac fly, gets the run in, and kind of as expected, it's one blow this frame from the Wow Factor. That might be it, and then if the Whitecaps respond, that really does set the tempo and sets the stage for how this game is truly going to finish.
Back and forth boxing match between both teams.
And they got him at 1. Wow, what a great move by Ryder on the mound, and the inning is over. But still, a run does score for the Wow Factor. That one really catching us off guard, but a great move by number 19, Gavin Ryder, able to get that pickoff, and the inning is over. Still the Wow Factor able to strike back, getting back the run they allowed, and they will hold on to their 2-1 lead as we flip to the bottom of the inning. This is the 2025 Kent State Invite number 3 on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Bottom two here at Schoonover Stadium. Game number 2 of our doubleheader. And the first swing of the bottom of the second is a direct line out to center field for out number 1. Jankowski, a good drive, but not enough to get it past Cash out straight away in center.
Just good hustle right there by the center fielder, Cash. Great hustle. His hat flew off. That's always fun. But they call him Cash for a reason, right? When it's time to make money plays, he's going to deliver, make that bread.
And going back to his high school team, Lakeview, a very good campaign. A lot of these greater Youngstown schools having great campaigns, and that's what you want to see. Definitely the game growing out there. A lot of different schools starting to sprout up as contenders as the OHSAA is getting a lot more parity than it used to. Swing and a miss, now 1-1. And speaking of parity, we're seeing that now at the NBA level as well with 7 different champions in 7 years.
I think parity can always be a great thing, especially in the NBA. I don't always love it when teams are super dominant. It makes for great media. It makes for great stories. It doesn't make the game great for newer fans. And I think if you're trying to expand like the NBA has been struggling with the past 10 years, parity, I think, is the best option for those teams, for those newer fans to invest in teams.
The 2-1, swing and a miss, now 2-2. And I really do feel like this is the last year of parity, though, with the Thunder. You look at all these squads, I think I saw ranking putting them the 6th best out of those 7 champions, but come on now. They have those top picks. They have all that. I think parity ends this year, and they might go back-to-back. The 2-2, swing and a miss on one upstairs. It's 2 up, 2 down. First strikeout of the day for Richie Ansel.
Richie Ansel, man, he's one of those guys. We've talked about him so far in this game. He's going to be up. He's going to be down. Breaking ball, fastball, wherever you want him to put it. But he's just going to be super inconsistent. And if you're a batter, that's just going to be super hard to find the tempo of what he's trying to throw at you.
And with 2 down, it turns to Adam Noga. Noga, the right fielder, comes to this squad by way of St. Ignatius High School. Just finished up his junior year there. The pitch going to bounce in on a 1-hop to Snyder behind the dish. Speaking of the defense, Ansel's on the mound, Snyder behind the dish. Fusco over at first, Richards at second, Porterfield over at short, Shaker at third, Ramvos in left, Cash in center, and Starkey in right sets the defense. Good drive into right center field. It is down for a single. And he is going to try and press his luck, but makes the right decision in the end to go right back to first base. I was about to start questioning that decision right there, given where the ball was, but he makes the right choice in the end and is able to retreat with plenty of time to spare.
And I think that was the right decision, too. Starkey had some great hustle closing in on that gap and just dished it out to a second baseman. I think that was the right call, staying on first.
Now Brett Zada steps in, and once again going to obscure matchups. Howland versus North Olmsted. I don't think that one will ever happen, going with your point of facing new pitching. If Warren Howland and North Olmsted do get together to play baseball, I would be very intrigued to see how that goes, as one team's traveling an hour and a half.
I mean, you're always traveling a lot with baseball, with these club used to, whether they're driving themselves or staying on a bus, the hour-long road trips, even the hour-and-a-half long road trips. That would be very intriguing, though. What would you do, like, if those two teams matched up? What obscure activity would you do to celebrate? Would you eat a pickle sandwich? What would you do?
That'd be a punishment more than anything. I don't really know. Hey, the moment that we say this, we know that Coach Sandy is just going to go and schedule it for North Olmsted. It's going to happen this year. It's going to be the obscure matchup of the year that those two teams play. And nothing against either teams. I like both squads. It's just the distance is so different. Throw down to one, not in time.
SmeeSports called it here first.
I am not calling any matchup. Now, I will call one matchup this year that I think has a good chance of happening, and I could call the cop-out and say any of the LEL squads versus Alliance, but I'm calling it right now. Warrensville's going to play Alliance, and it's going to be on SmeeSports. 2-1. Or excuse me, the 1-2. It's in there for strike 3 looking, and the side is retired. Strikeout number 2 today from Ansel. And the streak of 1-1-1 ends here. No runs scoring in the bottom of the second inning. But we'll keep it here going to the top of the third inning. Josh, I'll toss this one to you. Going back to parity and travel, with BW football, you have maybe 1 or 2 non-conference opponents every year, and they pretty much change every single campaign.
So every other year, we change the non-conference game. So my freshman and sophomore year was Mount St. Joseph That was in Cincinnati. And then this year, it's going to be Wittenberg. That's kind of by the Dayton area. So this year, we're actually going to be traveling to Springboro to face Wittenberg. And the travel can be a bit at times. Last year, when we went to Wilmington, we stayed at a hotel. That was a great time. We obviously took care of business and won that game. But
I would hope.
I would also hope too. But the traveling, it can be a bit at times. I would say you, as players, though, the coaches do a really good job of making sure that you stay locked in. The bus ride there, always super quiet. Usually you get a pregame nap in. Usually you're listening to some good music. It's when you get to the locker room that things start to tense up. That's when you know, all right, it's about to be game time. That's when you start to put on your Meek Mill dreams and nightmares. That's when you start visualizing, how am I going to destroy my opponent, all that good stuff. But it does change every other year. The OAC is really interesting because there is only one non-conference game. I do wish we played some more non-conference games. There's a lot of great teams in Division III that I wish I got to play. I would love to play Mount St. Joseph again. I would love to play some teams in the NCAC. I'd love to play Denison, DePaul, OWU, any teams. Maybe, I wouldn't even mind going out of state. Like, let's see what PA has.
North Central? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, I'm not the athletic director. I really can't decide. But I will say, back to your point at Parity, we play a lot of great teams. We also play some teams that are still waiting for their time to shine. So it's you get a lot of diversity with BW. It's a lot of fun.
Always fun to have discourse about travel. It's always interesting to see. You see Mount Union this past year for basketball. They played a couple of games in Vegas. I think both squads did. You have volleyball. They make their annual trips to places. A lot of the places up in Cleveland. Made the trip with them to Otterbein. Almost had my sandwich snatched on the bus there.
What's fun about volleyball, they actually travel to California. They travel all over the country.
And that's men's, especially with that big showcase out by Cal Lutheran.
Yep.
And
men's volleyball, though, starting to get super popular in the late 2010s, early 2020s. I'm really excited to see where that sport takes off the next 10 years.
And I think we're going to have a commercial break after this inning, but after the bottom of the third, I think we go back into discourse about men's volleyball. As somebody who covered it extensively this year, even seeing what Coach Mars and company was able to do at BW, there's a lot of things to say, and I kind of agree with you that I kind of think in 5 years' time it's going to be the premier sport, one of the premier sports. Ground ball chopped to third. The throw across the diamond is in time for out number one.
We're talking so much about other sports, we forgot about the main objective. We got some baseball right here, and we got some great defense. Third to first, that's such a hard stretch to throw, but if you can manage to close that gap and get to point A to point B super fast, you're going to have a good day. And give credit to third baseman for the Whitecaps right there. If I can find his name, help me out.
Jankowski.
Jankowski able to use his arm to get it across first base in record time.
And that was just a great, simple play. Doesn't take too much to make it happen, but a lot can go wrong with one wayward throw from third. And you're right, it's a tougher play to make given the distance, but with a guy like Jankowski who's made that throw hundreds of times, it starts to become second nature.
And that's just the name of the game here, I think. Can you rely on what you've been doing since you were 5 years old playing the game of baseball, making those super long stretch of throws when you're on third base? Can you close the gap when you're in the outfield? Can you make sure you get those efficient putouts and be able to snag a ball from up high or down low on first base? That's really going to be the key of the game. Not going to see a lot of power hitting today. You might see some precision hitting, but I wouldn't see a lot of power hitting. Other than that, like it's again, defensive battle. Can you hit your ball in the gaps, and can you close those gaps during the outfield?
The 1-1. Ground ball left side, scooped up at third again. Jankowski throws across. It is in time for out number two. Proves again, it's a routine play for him.
Routine play. What does Mike Tomlin always say? Routine plays routinely. Same here for Whitecaps. And they're going to need them too. They're in the batting box. They're not as strong as Wow Factor. I mean, they're called Wow Factor for a reason. But if you can play well on the defensive side of the ball, it gives your boys a chance in the diamond to actually make a splash play that would put them above Wow Factor.
And you look at what you said back in the bottom of the second inning, the shortstop battle and the pitching battle, two important ones. But I think beyond that, fundamental plays are going to win you this game. And That's great that they're getting them right now. And speaking of the shortstop, it is Caban in the hole, picking that one up. Throw to one is low, but in time, and the side is retired. The Wow Factor goes in order in the top of the third inning. I said we go to commercial between these two here, but we're going to keep it here, then go back to our commercial schedule going into the fourth inning. Back to your point about men's volleyball. I'm interested to hear your point of view. Don't know how many games you did for BW this year. I did a total of 2. The game against Wittenberg and the game against Mount Union at Mount Union. And then outside of that, did a lot of other men's volleyball games. But I have my own thoughts on the sport. I'll hear yours, though.
Okay, I did 1 game for men's volleyball. I think volleyball as a sport is something that is very complex, and we don't really realize how complex it is. I actually have a funny story. The first time I was ever calling volleyball this year, I thought I was going to roll in, be all fine, and then I talked to 2 of my friends who actually played volleyball in high school, and they were coaching me up and saying, Josh, you got to know all the different terminology. I actually have a list on my phone of all the different terminology for volleyball. All that to say, though, I think people look at volleyball very simplistically, kind of like basketball. But once you really start to understand it, you just realize how efficient and just how much detail goes into that game. And I think when people start to realize how much detail goes into volleyball, specifically men's volleyball, I think we're going to see a lot of people appreciate that sport a lot more. Because we've been conditioned to think, oh, we play sand volleyball all the time when we were kids. It's the same game. No, there's actually a lot of strategy. There's a lot of positioning and a lot of rotation. And I'm not super smart with volleyball lingo or the game itself, but just watching it for the first time and calling it earlier this year was a ton of fun. Obviously, I still have to catch up on my volleyball lingo and get better, but these dudes are tall. These guys can spike. I'm sure I'm using the wrong terminology. They can spike the ball down. Blocking is always so much fun to watch. You get a good rally going. You've got to love it. You got to love the digs, too. Just guys flying all over the place. And I think with any sport, you're only as powerful as your stars. And I think what men's volleyball needs to do is need to find 1 or 2 stars on 2 different teams, whether it's collegial or professional. I don't think there's any professional men's volleyball leagues, but you need those star powers on those college teams. You just need more schools to really buy into it, I think. We're getting Ohio State finally getting involved, but there's a lot of California schools. It's a very West Coast dominant sport. It needs to touch the Midwest and the East for it to actually have a lot of prevalence in the national market.
Cal Lutheran, obviously a big proprietor of that out in California. They were the 2024 champions. Mount Union took them down earlier on in the season. But what I was going to say about BW, Coach Mars is making that program one of the best in the area. I mean, nationally ranked this year. Second program he started. Keep that in mind. He started Hirons back in 2018. BW has a fun group. Mount has a fun group. I feel like that's the backbone to start getting it everywhere.
Need more OAC schools to buy into it. Hey, you know what other schools need to buy into more sports? Lacrosse. We could talk about lacrosse another time, but I think lacrosse is also going to be a sport in the next 10 years that gets a lot of popularity.
I agree with that one. That'll be ball too. As well, if you want to hear more comments like those, should we start an official podcast, get some of our interns on from all across the area, talk shop about a bunch of different sports? If so, let us know on social media, and we will try and make that happen. Definitely can do that, as that would be an interesting, maybe weekly idea that we do and add it on. The 2-0 swing and a miss upstairs for strike 1. And on top of that, we can preview a lot of these matchups, have the prep work done early enough, which, as somebody who did these at 11 o'clock last night with my game getting switched at 6 o'clock right as another one started, wasn't really able to prepare up until the final hour.
Nathan, how much sleep did you get last night?
I saw 12:20. I got up at 5, so just under 5 hours, I believe.
How you hanging in there, my friend?
Oh, I'm fine.
He's been doing this for a long time. He only needs 4 hours.
The 3-1 on the corner, and actually there's going to be a 2-2, and that is on the corner for out number 1. Beautiful pitch, retiring Roberts.
I'm interested to see how Ainsl's diversity of pitches continues to expand as the innings go on, or if it's just going to be a slop fest. Is he still going to be precise with those corners, upstairs, downstairs, those breaking balls, or is he just going to make his catcher's job very hard?
Bonds kept fair by Snyder. Throw to 1. He got him for out number 2. That was a bold move, but it pays off.
So fun fact about the catcher right now for Wow Factor. Actually, this is not Wow Factor. No, it is Wow Factor. Wow, I'm getting my words all mixed up. So the catcher right now, that's Cash. Right? Snyder, my fault. Snyder actually plays shortstop for Wow Factor as well. So he was able to make that routine play pretty easily. He was like he was in the infield making that play. But I just love the diversity. I was hearing a little bit at Wow Factor's dugout. They had guys that were on shortstop playing catcher, third base playing first base playing pitcher. These guys in Wow Factor, they're diverse. They know how to play all types of positions, and I think that's so critical in tournament games like these.
And on top of that, that 1-0 pitch was pitch number 35 today. That was 36. If Ansel stay under 40 here, that's a good spot to be in, as it looks like this game is going to go the full distance, going to go all the way to 7. Just a question of which team can hang on when push comes to shove in those later innings. The 2-0 popped down the line in right field. Underneath it is Starkey, and he has it to retire the side. Both squads go in order in the third. 3 complete at Schoonover Stadium. It is the Wow Factor up 2-1 on the Whitecaps.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Three complete at Schoonover Stadium in game number 2. A lot closer this time out than the first game. 2-1 your score. The Wow Factor on top of the Cleveland Whitecaps. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. Both squads going in order. What gives now?
Just routine defense. Continuing to close that gap and getting those putouts.
And that one's going to clear the center fielder for extra bases. But no, he's going to stay put. But that one looked to be well over his head. Just was unable to time it up right, and the leadoff man is aboard.
And that's what you can't have if you're Whitecaps. Coming in this game as the underdogs, coming into this game with not a ton of firepower in the batting box, you got to play good defense, and they've done that for 3 innings. But when you start off the 4th inning just making a critical mistake, that just gives Wow Factor a huge chance to step up and take control of this game.
And now it becomes another error. That one completely rolls past the left fielder. That was a great hit from Hansel. It will still be a single, and it will bring in a run. He could have gone for the Little League homer. Instead, he stops at third, and there is an insurance run for the Wow Factor.
And now I think we're going to see this Wow Factor team get the bats battered up, ready to deal some damage. I think they see a tired outfield, and they're not just looking for gaps. They're looking to take care of the job. They're trying to get a 2-3 run lead right here, give their defense a little bit of a break, but I think they're going to be really aggressive. And we're seeing the coach talk to the infield.
This could be the call to the bullpen, as there are a couple of guys in line to come in and pitch in this game. And given his pitch count of 40, it keeps him in line for another start in this tournament if you pull him now. But it also could be, okay, we got to get something here. And you have to learn from the last game where this is really where the wheels fell off for them, where they're allowed 3 runs, 2 runs, 3 runs. Eventually down 8-1, they lost 9-5. They were able to get some runs back, but you cannot leave everything for your offense. Your defense has to do part of that job.
And to give Whitecaps credit, they have done the job. They've been carrying this game. It's just a couple of bad plays that have put Wow Factor in a really good spot, and that's what it really comes down to. You could play 8 innings of great baseball, but you make 2 mistakes in the outfield, and all of a sudden, a tie game turns into a 3-run lead or a 3-run loss.
If you do want to call that play in center field an error, 3 total bases plus 1 run worth of errors on 2 plays.
That's insane.
That's the breakdown of it.
That is the breakdown. They've played 3 great innings and then just 2 bad plays, and all of a sudden they're in a rough position. Now, what I would do if I'm Wow Factor, you've already this inning, guns a-blazing. Go for the juggler. But if next inning, 5, 6, 7, if your defense plays as well as it has been, you play conservative. You get your boys home.
2-0 left upstairs for ball 3. And if they could score 6 more runs here, which obviously a lot, make it 9-1, then you start talking about that run rule.
I know you're super excited about that run rule, man.
It's always an interesting thing to watch in tournament play because we see so many teams get close, but when they're right on the doorstep, they just can't find that final play to get them through. And that has been a really weird anomaly we've seen.
I think that's a testament to the good teams versus the great teams versus the elite teams. The good teams, they're obviously competitive. They don't really talk about the run rule. The great teams, they talk about the run rule, but they never execute. Those elite teams, they're able to get home by 4th, 5th inning, and they're able to kick their feet up and call it a night. And that's when you know you're going to make it very far with tournament season, and that's how you know we got some good boys on our team.
After a 3-0 start, now a full count on Starkey. The payoff, ground ball hit to shorts. They're going to throw home, and that is the right decision. They will get the out at the plate for out number 1. Great heads-up play by Caban.
Caban, man, we talked about this shortstop battle, and obviously with that second play where they scored, got that run for Wow Factor, he obviously could have maybe extended a little bit farther so it didn't go in the outfield, but he was able to make up with that one. Just great decision-making, too, able to bring it home, and just able to do some damage control for Wow Factor.
Runner goes on a 2-hop, not in time. But we did see a fielder's choice earlier on today where he was able to get a lead runner at third. It is a bold move to do that. It is really putting all of your chips on the table, and if that run scores 4-1, still a runner at first, nobody out, that's a big turning point.
It's a huge turning point. Again, Wow Factor has all the chips on their table right now. They have a huge chance to just change the momentum with one swing. I'm telling you, if they're able to find a gap,
or right up the middle, it's going to be a single for Shaker. They're going to send run number 4 home. It's a great relay, but it's not going to be in time. It is an RBI single for Jacob Shaker. He is now 2 for 2 today, and it is now a 4-1 ball game. Didn't need the gap, just needed the outfield grass.
That's all you needed. That's all you needed. And now Wow Factor, complete control of this game right here. And now, if you're Wow Factor, do you smell blood, or do you just kind of cruise control and see where the next inning takes you?
You get as many as you can right now. We've seen this Whitecap squad emerge for great innings today. All it takes is one, and we even saw it last night. One swing of the bat from Caden Mastery was the difference between Wayne Baseball Club controlling that game to then a grand slam that put the Stark County Terriers on top with a lead that they never looked back from. Runner goes, popped into right field, but still going back, extra carry, and it is past the right fielder, off the wall for extra bases. Porterfield completely unleashes. He will bring in a run, and it will be an RBI triple.
Oh my goodness. The Whitecaps are unrailing on defense right now. We saw it with the midfielder. We saw it with the right fielder. We saw it with the left fielder. The right fielder got a bad break right there. It looked like he was going to be in position to make a great play. I think that either the sun got in his eyes or he just mistimed the ball or he just wasn't fast enough. But wow, that one was in the air for a long time. You thought Whitecaps could come down with it, and the defense couldn't stand to make the final play, and all of a sudden, Whitecaps, or Wow Factor, oh man.
It looked like a routine fly ball from
It
here.
did. It really did.
And that's the beauty of it. Bunt Shumba pulled back, and it will miss on the outside edge for ball one. But Theo Richards now steps in 1 for 1 today. A base hit makes it a 5-run game.
And then that run rule is starting to really come into play.
That's why I mentioned it. All it takes is one breakout inning to make it not even a conversation to, oh yeah, it's more than in the picture. And this is a chance to bloop in, and it will just fall in between everybody. It's an RBI single for Theo Richards, and that will make it 6-1. Another man on. The train is just rolling right now for the Wow Factor. 4 runs this inning. I guess the 1, 2, 3, third really hit them personally.
We also talked about who's going to get hot, and so far it's the whole entire dugout
For
for
your kid
Wow
that's also
Factor.
here in the box with the Heat. Runner goes. Throw is in time for out number 2. Excellent chuck from behind the dish, courtesy of Park. But I would say they're heating up down there, but this block's still not the coolest.
I got my fan on me. It's doing okay. It's helping me hang in there. What I could really go for is some water. I'm telling you what, that post-game water and that water fountain to the left of me by the Kent State bathroom, it is going to be very, very delicious.
And beyond that, the AC of Warrensville is going to be really nice later, too. Ground ball up the middle, and it just continues. Granville is able to hit that one right up the gut, and we have another runner on for the Wow Factor. And if that runner would have stayed on, that's 2 on with 1 down, but instead 1 on with 2, they'll have to make do with that. And now it is Harrison DeLuca, the EH, stepping in. 0 for 1 in this game. He grounded out to third his last time up. First pitch in there for strike 1. Either way, 4 runs scoring in the 4th. The Whitecaps are going to need a great response in the bottom of the inning to stay in.
Talk about 4 for 4, man. You're thinking about Wendy's right now. No, Wow's doing a great job. They've done exactly what they've needed to do. They've stayed consistent the first 3 games, keeping it in there, or first 3 innings. And then now this 4th inning, you see the Heat really starting to take some fatigue on the pitcher with Ryder. And they're just using their diverse hitting, and I don't think the outfield knows how to respond. They're doing a great job for Wow, just continuing to put pressure, not take the easy stuff, passing up good for great. They could easily play the patience game instead. They're showing their skill sets, and they're also being smart too, taking bags, knowing when to stop. We've seen some good stuff on the base path today, and honestly, that's something that we don't talk about enough.
Not at all. The base running game is one of the most important. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner goes. Here's the pitch. It is on the edge for strike 3 looking, and the side is retired. Won't know if the play was made all the way down, as it won't matter, but I think it's close. Either way, 4 runs score. This is the Wow Factor's inning, and this is their game now. Middle of 4, Wow Factor 6, Cleveland Whitecaps 1, your score.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Of power, but directly out straight away to Cash. Of power, but directly out straight away to Cash.
Two tales of two different innings. The top, that same thing happened, but the midfielder could not secure the catch. This time, with Wow Factor, able to haul it in. This team of Wow Factor, they're flashy, but they also know how to make routine plays, and the defense is stepping up to the plate.
Fly ball hit into center field again, and it will be caught again by Cash for out number 2.
It's the third time Cash has made an impact on defense. His name's been coming up quite a bit, and then when he's also in the batter's box as well, he lets that thing fly as well. What a player. Might be considered the player of the game, but that's not up to me. That's up to Nathan, whatever he's thinking.
Could be. We do apologize. We do have technical difficulties right now as my phone has overheated. Once it does come back to temperature, we should be back on smooth again. Hoping that something is able to get along now as it is trying to reset. And now that we do have kilobits back on, we do apologize. 2 flyouts to begin the 4th inning, and we are back on the air. Do apologize. The phone is the internet source we have today, and if it overheats, as you saw, bad things happen. That's just kind of this heat causing that. We obviously had heat a couple days ago on Sunday, but I feel like this heat might be worse than the fact that it's just kind of beating right into the box.
It's beating in the box, and it's dry heat, too. The last couple of heats from last week, they were obviously hot, but they weren't as dry. They were a little bit more humid, which dry heat and humidity heat, two different things. But this one's brutal today, man. I feel like I'm wearing some khakis and a polo shirt. I feel like I'm golfing right now. I'm hole 16, having a bad game, and I'm just dripping in sweat.
That is pretty much an accurate representation of how it feels today. John Balkusoon now steps in. 0 for 1 in this game with a ground out to second base. The 0-1 going to miss outside, evening up the count.
Got a fresh breath of wind from the left side of the box. That was actually kind of nice. Some papers flew out, but it felt refreshing for a second.
Kind of out of nowhere that wind came in. Runner goes, the 1-1. Fouled away over the clubhouse, and actually onto the clubhouse and now over it. If we were to be playing Kent State Bingo, that was something that is on the list, as that clubhouse is an easy spot to have the ball hit off of. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch off the plate. Ansel unable to get it there. And in the meantime, the throwdown going to bounce a little bit wide. Good backup is enough to prevent the ball from getting too far away and also prevents the runner from moving up. In the top of the 5th inning is the top of the order in Snyder, Cash, and Fusco for the Wow Factor. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes, line down the left field line, once again foul. And This time it will clear the dugouts. And as well, it will also appear to clear the clubhouse.
Something I've not talked about in a minute, but something that we should keep on mind. Ansel, he's been having a lot of pitches that have been swaying to the left and right. We're starting to see him tire out a little bit in the bottom of the fourth. See some pitches that the catcher's going to have to work for in order to secure. But we're starting to see a little bit of a pattern for these batters that they're able to capitalize on.
Good drive into left field. It is down for a 2-out single. They will send the runner to third. He is in. Now the runner to 2, and it is into right field. Backed up. Runner coming home, and he didn't see it in time. And that will bring in the second run of the game for the Whitecaps.
And just like Whitecap last inning, Wow Factor's playing solid defense, hasn't made a mistake, but all it takes is one, and luckily the damage wasn't as severe as what Wow did earlier in the inning. But oh man, if you let your foot off the gas for even one play, it's a chance to bring your boys back home.
And that play, the right fielder, it looked like he had that play at home in plenty of time, but just hesitated.
That's the thing, too. You can't hesitate in this game. You got to be confident that your throw is going to be at the right spot. You blink for a second, and you got runs on the board that you just costed.
And we will see if that continues to be a prevalent thing down the stretch. Ball one blocked behind the dish by Snyder. Once again, join us again at 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. tonight live at Warrensville Heights High School. It is the 2025 Locked In High School Summer League Championships. Game number 1 features Warrensville Heights and Cleveland Central Catholic. Game number 2 features the winner of that game and the winner of Fairview Park and North Canton Hoover. Pass ball, Snyder unable to hold on to it, and that will put the third run now 90 feet away. Those games should be fun. For those who have not seen the Locked In High School Summer League before, 2 halves opposed to quarters, 20-minute running clocks. Teams do have timeouts that can stop the clock. But looking at what we have today, that first game is going to be the big one to look at. I would then expect them to play Hoover. Fairview, a very good team, but we will see if they have enough star power to catch up to the likes of Hunter Hirschberger and John Collins, if Collins is active, which he might not be due to football. The 2-0 on the corner for strike one.
Right here, Ansel could take control of the game. He hasn't been playing the best so far. Both the outs have been coming from his defense rather than him putting the pressure on the batter. But this is where he could get a grip of himself, find some strikes, lean in the corners, and get that K that he's been looking for. He's got a couple so far, but one right here would just be huge and keep that momentum on Wow's side of the ball.
3-1 now the count. There is some action now happening in the Wow Factor bullpen. So we will see if they end up making that call. And there is strike 2, so we now have a full count 3-2. Jankowski 0 for 1 in this game with a fly out to center field. But a chance to change that here and bring in another pivotal run. The payoff, grounded up the middle, picked up at short, throw to 1, in there in time, and the inning is over. Porterfield, an excellent ranging play, retires the side. Josh, going back to your point, there's the shortstop play on display.
And that looked deadly, too. It looked like it was going to go in the outfield into no man's land. But holy cow, the hustle from Porterfield to make that routine play and get that put out. Wow dodged one. There was a couple of times where we thought Wow was going to play sloppy on defense. Whitecap was going to get a couple of runs. But all of a sudden, that early game, it's looking very plausible right now, Nathan.
Definitely could be. 6-2 your score, the Wow Factor on top. The defense of the Whitecaps looking for some answers when we return.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The Wow Factor looking to slam the door on the Whitecaps, up by 4. Ground ball left side. It is through. A true seeing eye single puts another runner on. Snyder able to get that one through, and that is one step in the right direction to slamming the door on the Whitecaps here in the 5th.
The Whitecaps' first game did not go so well. They obviously had a late run heroics, but it ultimately didn't pan out 9-5. Now I think we're starting to see just how dominant Wow Factor is. They got their boys ready to go up. They're starting on the top of the batting lineup right here. I think it's going to be a really exciting inning right here. I think we're going to see some fireworks.
And it does appear that Ryder still is on the mound. So we will see if he continues past this frame. Foul ball right side, now 0-2 the count. It is Cash, then Fusco this inning after Snyder let it off.
Cash has been playing really well on defense. His name's been called a couple of times, catching some fly balls. I'd like to see him make a huge impact here in the batting ring.
0 for 2 so far in this game with a ground out to the pitcher and a ground out to the shortstop, Caban. Throwback to 1, not in time. Still trying to get that work in, just not enough to get the play at 1. 0-2 count. Runner goes, the pitch. Instead, he will stay back, and that is the right call as it is skied on the infield. Play is made at 2 for out number 1. We've seen that aggressive secondary a lot today where they do break and then immediately hold up. A great way to bait a throwback, or in other words, a wayward throwback. And that's the hope with that kind of play. The time limit's still around 50 minutes away, so it looks like we will play all 7, assuming we do not hit the run rule. Which right now, the run rule, not the most likely outcome today, but definitely still plausible.
But we've also seen this Whitecaps team on defense not live up to the firepower that Wow Factor brings when you're in the batting box. And obviously, a man like Fusco, he has an opportunity to change the game.
Already has 2 singles, so why not a 3rd one?
Why not say a single? Let's go for a double or a triple or shoot. How about a home run here?
Ground ball hit to second. They take it in. The throw to 2 is dropped, but will it be on the transfer? They say no. Now that I don't know about, because that looked like it was on the transfer.
It very much could be so.
That's a tough one right there.
It is tough.
The transfer is one of the most difficult things to understand in baseball. When do they say he has possession? When do they say he doesn't? That time just not getting the nod. 2 on now as he reaches on that E4. And now it's Ansel stepping in. He might be done on the mound depending on what happens this inning, but he has done more than enough to give the Wow Factor a good opportunity to win this game. But he will chop that one into the glove of the catcher. 0-1 the count. It is Park in behind the dish, replacing Zada. I mean, Zada caught all of game number 1, and in this heat, if you have another catcher, you bring him in usually. It'll give Brett a chance to rest up before the next game tomorrow.
One of the things that I was hearing some chatter about in the dugout was they were asking the catcher that for Wow Factor if he was going to be okay to play catcher now and still be able to play short in the 3rd game. And he gave a big thumbs up saying, "I got you, coach." But that is definitely something to be concerned about in this heat.
The lead runner has advanced now to third on indifference. Good work from him, and now that sets up an opportunity for this runner to go. He will. The 1-2 dropped upstairs, or now it's 1-2. That puts two runners in scoring position. After Ansel, it's Starkey, then Shaker.
Angel really has a chance right here to bring the score up even more for wow factor.
Speaking of up, that one's going to miss upstairs for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Base hit potentially makes this an 8-2 ball game, depending on where it's put. The pitch. On the inside edge, clips it for out number 2. Beautiful strikeouts.
And the thing that's super frustrating is Angel's one of those guys that he's going to be told, play the patient game. Look for the right opportunity at the right time. And you can tell he wants to swing. First time up on the plate today, just whips. But obviously, nothing but net, or nothing but air. You can tell he wants to swing, and that's just really frustrating for him.
Weak chopper up to short, the throw to 1. Got him, and the inning is over. Excellent chuck from Caban, and that will prevent any damage in the frame. Had an error moment to go, but not on that one. And that will bring us to the bottom of the 5th. The Whitecaps not out of this one. Down 4. This is the 2025 Kent State Invite number 3 on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Bottom 5 at Schoonover Stadium, 6-2 your score. It is the wow factor on top of the Cleveland Whitecaps. Swing and a miss there from Drake to get us underway. 0-1 the count. 7, 8, and 9 this inning. Drake, Noga, and Zada.
Angel was pretty upset that he didn't get to get a hit when he was in the batter's box in the last inning. So now he's coming to the pitching mound, drilling up a heater. Back-to-back strikes. Are you kidding me? In the 5th inning with this heat? Angel, let's get that fastball going. Why not?
If I see one more, he's a man possessed. It's a liner and caught at second for out number 1. Nice ranging effort over at 2 by Richards.
Holy cow, man. What an athletic play right there. That infield stepping up time and time again. That could have easily been a no man's land, but just a diving catch right there from number 21, the second baseman. I believe that is, if I can find his name, Portfield. He's having himself a game.
That pitch going to miss upstairs for ball 1. That'll bring in Adam Noga, the right fielder, 1 for 1 in this game with a single. He comes to this squad by way of St. Ignatius, where he is a rising senior after just finishing his junior year. And as well, something to note, storms are expected here at around 6 p.m. tonight. We are starting to see some remnants of storm clouds roll in. I will say that. We were supposed to get a lot more last night at, not Hoover, Walsh U, but in the end just didn't get those storms. Hopefully we do evade those here today as well.
Hey, anytime that I'm potentially on the mic to call a game, there's always some sort of rain clouds following me. I don't know what it is, but every time I've came up to BW so far, the rain follows. I think it's just bad juju.
I mean, the last one, it kind of just drizzled and rained early on, and then eventually the rain stopped right as the game was getting underway.
That was a beautiful day, though, I will say.
That was a beautiful day at Lakewood. The 3-0 in there for strike 1. The weather always changing. That is the tough thing about Northeast Ohio weather, I will say that.
You got that lakefront, man. It's a name of its own.
Exactly. The 3-1. Swings and misses on one inside. And now we are full 3-2. Noga knew that one was on the inside corner. He knew that one was inside, but just couldn't resist.
He couldn't, man, especially being down by as many runs as Whitecap is, man. You got to be aggressive and see if you can nip something.
The payoff, ground ball chopped to short. Porterfield ranging throw, has it just in time for out number 2. Excellent play.
And how about that shortstop continue to make those routine plays routinely? Oh, man, we're talking about Porterfield just having himself a great game. He made, obviously, that diving catch to get that first out and just able to throw it to first base for the second put out. Man, this infield is stepping up for wow factor. I'm so impressed.
Bredzada steps in. Beautiful breaking ball for strike 1. One of the best pitches today from Ansel. I would assume, just given the pitch count nearing 70, this will be his final inning of work. I would assume.
And they've been dabbling with him, obviously getting in the bat. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the second time he's hit someone today.
That pitch just ran too far inside, and now it's a tough spot. I don't know if you call it here. I think you give him one more batter, and if it happens again, then you have to. But right now, I don't think you pull the trigger and make that change. It's still a 6-2 game.
Even if he does hit someone again, I think you continue to let him play at least this inning. I mean, you know the risk. He's a guy that is going to have spontaneous pitches to the left and to the right. That's what you deal with. But he's also had some amazing days today. Like right there, for example, he is doing a really good job of making the batters for Whitecap swing on pitches they should not swing on, and that's because of his inconsistent nature. You're thinking it's going to be a breaking ball, it's a fastball. You think it's a fastball, it's going to be a breaking ball. And that's what makes him such a great pitcher. And honestly, one of the key factors as to why Wow Factor is having such a great day today.
And that's where you get into the concept of pitch tunneling. You leave one hanging upstairs, all of a sudden respond with a breaking ball, same spot, they're going to take it, and then all of a sudden it's right down the middle. It's a beautiful concept. Tough to effectively run, I will say that.
Yes, and I don't think someone like Angel can get the job done with that. Again, he's got a lot of pitching that's super inconsistent. We've seen the catcher have to work quite a bit today, but when he's on, it is a beautiful thing.
The 1-2 will miss up in the sky, evening up the count. Once again, now in around 5.5 hours, we will be at Warrensville Heights High School, the second doubleheader of the day, as Warrensville takes on CCC in the Locked-In High School Summer League, then the championship game to follow. 2-2, swing and a miss, and the side is retired.
Holy cow. When you talk about Angel baiting guys into taking swings that they should not take, that was way past the corner. That is a pitch that you do not swing on. But because he has just been so diverse with the way he throws that ball, you have batters that are just chomping at the bit. Top that off with Whitecaps just positioning the game right now, being down by so many runs. And all of a sudden, if that is Angel's last time on the pitching mound today, give him the K and let him get water, man. He deserves it.
That is one heck of a way to bookend the performance, but they did just have a conversation with him, and he did look jovial and kind of looked like, okay, I'm ready for more. So we could see him again.
We could.
I don't know what you do. It's a tough one, but I think a lot of the questions that we have will be answered here, depending on what happens in the top of the sixth inning. For now, this is the Wow Factors game as they lead this one 6-2 against the Cleveland Whitecaps.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Top six here at Schoonover Stadium. The Wow Factor looking to put on the finishing touches of this game, up 6-2 right now. The time limit not really a worry. I believe we have until 1, and that gives us 34 minutes to get through this frame, which we should be able to do relatively easily, just depending on how it goes.
Wow Factor looking to play 3 more total innings of baseball, but also the run rule. We haven't mentioned it in a little bit, but for the fans at home and also for me, what is the run rule for the 6th inning?
It is 8 runs after 5 and then anything beyond that.
So the score right now,
6-2, 4-run game. They need 4.
They need 4.
The pitch going to bounce in down low. This inning for the Wow Factor, it is going to be Starkey, Shaker, and Porterfield. So 2 S's and then the shortstop. So 3 S's. Fouls that one away. Good contact.
That one goes to the trees and behind the bleachers.
We say it so often, but a beautiful facility here at Kent
It is
State.
very nice.
Beautiful turf diamond. You do have the dirt underneath the mound, which does explain the flooding a little bit more, as there is some dirt on this diamond. Popped into center field. Underneath it, straight away in center for the Whitecaps is their man. That is Roseman, and he has it for out number 1. But then off to our left, we do have the David and Peggy Edmonds baseball and softball training facility. Batting cages in there. Behind us, we do have a nice parking lot and just nice grandstand beneath us. Beautiful bullpens, beautiful clubhouse as well for Kent State.
You obviously can't forget about the 4 baseball fields behind the Kent State baseball field as well. Great opportunity for some tournament games. Just a great place to just host a bunch of summer tournaments.
The 1-0 swing and a miss now, 1-1. And even up here in the broadcast booth / press box, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 front-facing windows, 2 side-facing windows. Pretty big box for baseball, one of the biggest that you'll see. Swing and a miss, now 1-2.
Yeah, I was thoroughly surprised when I first came here a couple weeks ago, and I was like, this is a really nice press box.
You wouldn't expect it for baseball.
No. To have a press box for baseball is special in itself, let alone a really nice one.
A lot of the sites that we go, it's kind of now a requirement with all the equipment we have, and given how hot it is, in the spring it's a lot easier to go to a place 60 degrees. Okay, if we don't have a press box, we're not going to melt. But now, if we do without a press box, we might actually melt. Your
computer right now has a whole towel over it just to prevent the heat.
Yeah, and to block out the sun. The ventilation is really good on the computer, but it can still overheat. For those who were with me with Holy Name Broadcasting, we did have that happen a couple of times, namely at CVCA back in 2024. our computer did overheat. The 1-2 chopped weakly off the mound left side. An awkward ricochet. Throw to one. He got it. Once again, it's an excellent throw across the diamond from the shortstop Caban for out number 2.
Caban, he's kind of leading the charge right here for this infield for the Whitecaps. They've had their moments where they've kind of let off the gas, played some sloppy ball, but they're still in this game, man. Only down 4 runs. Wow factor, 2 outs already in the top of the 6th. If they can get their batters rolling and they can get some good stuff on the batting box, 7th inning, man, it's a competitive game. And we saw some late game heroics last game as well.
Hit to second, good scoop in stride. Winovich able to get over there in time to retire the side in order. But going back to Caban real quick, the power that he has behind that throw, if the play looked like an obvious infield single, forget about it. He's going to get him.
And like when I first saw that, I thought, wow, way to sneak on there, wow factor. You got the first base. And then we saw the out. It's like, wow, that is some great play from the shortstop right there. But overall, the defense did a great job in the top of the 6th right there. You just really want to see wow factor on offense take over. They have a chance right now to get the momentum back on their side. Kind of a dud for the offense for wow factor. Their defense is playing well. But if Whitecaps can get 2 runs in this 6th inning, all of a sudden, we got a chance for Whitecap to, the scrappy underdog, find a way to get some late game heroics and either tie this game up, we haven't had a tie yet this season, or outright win.
That is going to be a fun dynamic to watch. And as expected, based on the conversations that we did see, Ansel back out on the mound for the 6th inning. Middle of 6 at Schoonover. It is 6-2. Wow factor on top of the Cleveland Whitecaps.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Bottom of 6 at Schoonover Stadium. It is the Whitecaps down 6-2 against the Wow Factor. Still a chance for them to come back in this game as there is still some life.
100%. Here's the problem, though. They've been cold all game. Wow Factor, when they've been on the batting box, they've done a lot of great stuff. But I'm still waiting to see someone from Whitecaps just take over this game. Could start here. They had some late game heroics in game 1. But their defense has kept them in this game. It's now time for the offense to step up to the plate.
And I agree with that. The offense needs to do some damage here. They need to get something on the board, something to give them a chance heading into that 7th inning. Ground ball left side, picked up at short, but bobbled, and that will put the leadoff man on.
Man, the shortstop game has been nothing more than spectacular today. But when you have a dud like that, it's just a little bit frustrating. You know, Potterfield, he's kicking himself right there. That could have easily been a put out that he was looking to get. But I just think the Heat, this is where you got to really rely on your fundamentals. Dig deep for that endurance, and Potterfield just slips one up right there. Gives a little bit of a break for the Whitecaps, and they could use that momentum to build off and maybe have a great 6th inning.
Now it is John Park, the left fielder, stepping in. A double and a fly out to right field in this game. But getting 1 run on the board this inning is paramount, and that will help. It is in the gap in right center, and there is a slight collision out there, but that will split the runners at first and third. Still nobody out. Excellent hitting by Park.
And that's how you get the party started right there. Park continuing to find ways to get involved. It's what you need, man. You got very lucky with Potterfield making a mistake in shortstop, but that's all it takes, man. You make one mistake on defense, and you have a ton of momentum going the opposite way. Now, here's the real kicker. Can Whitecaps, 90 feet from home plate, finish the job? And they just can't get one runner. They need 2 or 3 to feel really good about themselves heading to that 7th inning. You don't need all of it now, and you can continue to be patient in the batter's box, too. You don't need to swing at everything that Angel is throwing at you. You just need to stay consistent, stay patient, and then when the timing's right, you feel good about your swing, let it fly.
And I would say in kind of a shocking move, they're going to keep Ansel on the mound after the mound visit. What do you think? I mean, we've seen him talk to before in this game. We've seen somebody else warm up. He's pitched well.
But yes, and I think every time someone has gone up to him, he's responded well. The real story of the 6th inning has not been him. It's been the defense not stepping up. He's going to have some pitches, just like that one, where they're going to be a little wild. And we've talked about it all game. But he's also been using that inconsistency to his advantage. Now, what's going to be hard is if Whitecaps can catch on to his tendencies, like they did just there, it's going.
Flies that one into right field. It will be caught for an out, but that will be a sac fly for Jose Caban, and that will make it 6-3. Sorry to interrupt, back to you.
No, I was just saying, if he's going to have his time, if his inconsistency tendencies get picked up by Whitecaps, they're going to be able to take advantage of it and make plays like they did just there. Obviously, first out of the inning, I believe, but if you can get runs, it's going to make pulling Angel in the 7th inning a real important decision.
Now Winovich steps in, and he will take a first pitch strike, 0-1 the count.
Here's what I would do, Nathan. I would let Angel continue to play the 6th inning, see what happens. But then you bring a guy from the bullpen in the 7th inning, and you get the job done with the closing.
Runner was going to fake, but he slipped. Now it's an 0-2 count, and the runner has to stay put. If that was not a fake-out move, then he played his cards and wasn't able to advance. The Wow Factor needs another out here. A statement out. Chopped left side and foul. But if they can make this a 6-4 game, you said it perfectly, this is a new ball game.
It's still a new ball game, 6-3. Wow Factor obviously has to still go back on offense, and you know at any moment they can just make you say, wow, given their name. But it's also a long day. The defense for Whitecaps has played exceptionally well.
Chopped down the left field line, but foul. And that was a hit and run with Park in motion.
I think if you're Whitecaps, you just got to find those little victories, those small ones, to have that hope of, yes, we can still win this game. We can still get that late comeback that we sparked in the first game, but let's actually execute it in the second game.
And I agree. I think that's going to be one of their big priorities here, of finding sparks when they can. Still 0-2. That one sails behind, and I think that is going to do it for Ansel. He slipped awkwardly and kind of came up lame on that one. It appears he is okay, but that initial read off that delivery, that looked kind of scary.
A lot of things could factor into that. He taking a risk right there, but 100%. That's always something that is a little bit scary, especially with the pitching. He's still fighting, though. He's had a couple where he's slipped up. The case of his game, very inconsistent, but he's fighting strong. He's a gritty player. You got to give credit to that. He wants to finish this inning at least, and I respect him a lot because he's trying to fight and be there for his team.
Couldn't agree more. The 1-2 popped over to the right side and caught in foul territory for out number 2.
I think Angel, this last out, has got to rely on his defense that's been playing so strong all game long. He's not going to get the K right here, but what he is going to do is he's going to find ways to have these batters hit in a way that's uncomfortable or not as powerful. And then we have Porterfield in shortstop, and you got the boys in the backfield finishing the job.
Good drive into left center field. It is down for a single. They're going to press their luck and send the runner home. The relay will not happen, and he is in. It's an RBI single for Gavin Ryder, and that will make it a 6-4 ball game.
It's a new day for Whitecaps. They now have a chance to find a way to close the gap with the score, and they've done such a great job too fighting. Defense has held on for so long, and now a tired Ansel is starting to telegraph his pitches. Whitecaps, they got the bats flying. They got the bats ready to rumble. 6-4, man. If you call the dogs off now with this one, you have a good chance to make up some ground in that 7th inning. But obviously, you still want to play aggressive when the momentum's on your side. Here's what I will say, though. Be smart. Don't get cocky. Don't take bad swings. Still play the patient game and see what comes through your way.
And they know that Balkasoon is the tying run. And he is in right now to swing. Or right now, just be patient as he'll take ball 1. But a chance for the Caps to really solidify their comeback. Down the line, but foul. That one straightened out, and look out.
Look out, indeed. I don't think anyone's in the batting box, the dugout right now, so it should be A-okay, but that's some power to it.
Down the line is ideal. Extra bases is ideal, as that would not only bring in a run, but also put the tying run in scoring position. 1-1 the count, and we will see Ansel step off. But a big opportunity for the Wow Factor defense as well to make a statement. Fell back by Balkasoon, now 1-2. Both squads trying to make big statements, just complete opposite ends of it.
And both teams, with those statements, have played some really good ball. I'm just impressed by the defense from both teams. I'm impressed with Wow Factor's hitting. I'm impressed for Whitecaps' grit. I'm really excited to see what happens in the 7th inning.
The 1-2 runs inside for ball 2.
I'm also really excited to see Angel finish the 6th inning. Does he come away with a strikeout here and bring home a K? Or does Whitecaps find a way to capitalize on his inconsistent tendencies and thread the needle, put the ball in a nice gap, and make the outfield work a little bit harder?
2 balls, 2 strikes. Pivotal turning point. The pitch. Good drive into left field. It is down for a single, and the tying run now stands at first. Balkasoon able to turn on that one, and all of a sudden it is the go-ahead run standing in the batter's box.
And Angel's, he's telegraphing his pitches. This could be a huge opportunity for Colin Janowski. We've called his name quite a few times so far in this broadcast. But if he can find a way to get some late game heroics here at the bottom of the 6th, it could be the stuff of legends.
Thought about that one, but we'll take it for strike 1. Looking at the gap, I think Josh, you see it too. Right center field.
Right center field. I mean, if you have to make Cash run, that's going to be very hard for him.
We'll see what he is able to do. At least put the ball in play is the goal. He will, but foul over to that right side, but quickly an 0-2 count.
He is thinking right side.
Now this is where you bring it inside. I mean, it's a risky one. If you're Ansel right now, you think that there's a chance you hit him if you throw it inside, you don't do it. If you think you have enough control left, I think you go inside here and jam him. That's what I would call as a catcher, given the scenario. The 0-2, right over the plate, ground ball right side, picked up at first, and the inning is over. Excellent reaction over at 1, and that will strand the tying run on the bases.
Like you said, he was looking to hit right, but what Ansel has done so well is not only has he baited batters into taking bad swings, when batters do get contact on Ansel's pitches, they're not as powerful, they're not as strong as they could be because he's just got so many inconsistent tendencies. You don't know when to go full throttle on his pitches. And you could tell Janowski was thinking a little bit, right? He knew the opportunity in front of him. He knew that he could bring home someone and close the gap even farther, but he just thought about it a little bit too much. Instead, just a little line drive, and first base took care of the rest for Wow Factor. Now here, if you're on offense for Wow Factor, you better get ready to roll. You need at least 2 runs to feel good about heading into the bottom of the 7th on defense. But if you go 3 outs here without getting anyone back home, I would feel worried. Whitecaps has shown some late games heroics, especially in that first game that you covered, Nathan. It is not over for the Whitecaps.
A very, very scrappy squad indeed. Through 6, it is the Wow Factor up 6-4 on the Cleveland Whitecaps. This is the 2025 Kent State Invite number 3 on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
6-4 your score. The Cleveland Whitecaps knocking on the door, but first the defense needs to hold up one final time to get their offense another chance to either tie up the game or win it. We could see our first tie of the season, but at the same time, we could also see more late-game heroics from these Whitecaps.
It's going to be on the arm of Ryder. The team rides or dies with him. Get it? Get it? But his pitching has not been as dramatic as someone like Ansel. He's been someone that wants to pound the batter's box and make sure that he stays in the square. Obviously, that has spelled doom for him at occasions where Wow has just been able to take advantage of it. But he is looking to just pound the fastball. No heroics, no corners, no changeups of any sorts, just continuing to drive down the tunnel and hope that he's able to win with speed.
And I'll tell you what, right now, he is at 86 pitches. That was 87. Chopped high over towards third on a one-hop. It gets by, and that will put the leadoff man on. He will take the turn. Rambos into second, and he will hold up there.
And we've talked a lot about this shortstop game today. A lot of great plays to be made, but it's not just enough to secure the ball. You also have to make a great throw to first base, and even with that distance, man, it was kind of far. He had to make a throw that he probably wasn't super comfortable with, but when it goes down low at the first base feet, it's just not a great day. And honestly, that's on the shortstop. You got to make that play for first base, but I'm putting that one on the shortstop.
And now a pass ball giving third base now to Rambos. And that error came from the third baseman. That is now Winovich moving over. Jankowski at second. Caban still at short. Zeta at first. Drake in left. Hayes in center. And then Balkasoon now in right. That is the rotation with Park as well behind the dish for these Whitecaps. But a chance for the wow factor to score early on in this frame. Having that runner 90 feet away, nobody outs, it's a good spot to be.
It's a very great spot to be. If I'm on Whitecaps, especially if I'm Ryder, this one I'm letting the defense take care of me. I just want at least one out before I start any late game heroics. You don't want to take any crazy risks because the floodgates could open right in front of your face. You're already down 2 runs, and you still need some late game heroics from your offense. You might as well just calm down, do what's been working consistently, and hope that your defense can take care of the rest.
The 3-0. Ground ball right side. This should bring in the run. They will accept their fate, but they will take the out at 1 for the first one of the frame. Base is clear, but now 7-4. That extra insurance run tacked on.
Is it an insurance run? I'm not sure. They got, again, Whitecaps have not shown a lot of firepower, but they've been able to hang on with a lot of grit. If it comes down to it, I think they're going to be okay with 3. I think the bigger story right now is clear bases. It's a fresh slate, and I think they're looking to change out some pitching, get someone else in the pitching mound. So you got a fresh slate with the bases, a fresh slate on the pitching mound. It could be a good opportunity for this Whitecaps defense to feel a little bit of refreshment and take care with 2 more outs on wow factor, and then the big showdown on offense.
And you look at a guy like Gavin Ryder, 91 total pitches today. He was a fighter for this squad. The call to the bullpen has been made, and we will look to see who that is. My initial read, I think that might be Jose Caban warming up. Either way, we will have official confirmation when we return. This is the 2025 Kent State Invite number 3 on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
It's going to be John Balkasoon now on the mound for the Whitecaps as they look to hold on to this inning and just really give their offense a chance to work. Now down by 3. They did allow that run, not necessarily what they wanted to happen there, but given the landscape of this game, they do have a chance.
They have a chance. And I'm okay taking 1 or 2 hits, getting a guy on second and first. As long as you don't get anywhere near third base, I'm okay. I think this is going to be endurance. Like, you're going to give up a couple of hits in the bottom of the 6th or the top of the 7th. My apologies on that. But as long as you're able to hang on, no more runs, not even anyone on third base, I would consider that a victory for the Whitecaps.
The 1-2 popped into the back netting. Once again, one more doubleheader today. Not here, but we are jockeying on over to Warrensville Heights High School. We will have the Warrensville Heights Tigers taking on the CCC Ironmen at 6 p.m. That is in the locked-in high school summer league semifinals. Then the championship game follows with the winner of that game taking on the winner of Fairview Park and Hoover. Line drive into left field. It will fall into the outfield for a one-out single. Landon Snyder, his second hit of the day, started with 2 groundouts, responds with 2 singles.
And obviously that pitch is going to be something that he's going to take all day long. The real kicker is we got the jitters out of the way. We got a hit. Now can we be able to finish the job and get 2 more outs?
And that will set the stage for their offense, which has Drake, Noga, and Zeta set to hit in the bottom of the 7th. And they're going to need to do some damage. Ground ball hit to short. It's 6. It's 4. 2-3. It's a double play, and the side is retired. Caban to Jankowski, and Zeta cleans it up at first.
Wow. You got to love that right there. That's the definition of relying on your defense. And I'm honestly going to give credit to Banowskin. He did a great job baiting the batter into not taking a full swing. And then, obviously, incredible shortstop play with a great put-out on first base. I think it's been my first double play that I've seen calling with SmeeSports. Couldn't have come at a better time.
There was one in the last game, but you weren't here for that one. I think there was maybe one back over at Lakewood, but I could be wrong. Either way, the Wow Factor still scores 1 run in the top of the 7th inning. They lead by 3. The call to the bullpen has been made as well for the Wow Factor. They look to nail down the victory when we return.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The call to the bullpen has been made. It is going to be Alex Stoughton, the rising sophomore at Hohen, on to throw. There is another number 68 listed. That is Ben Araya Jassagam. We have confirmed that it is not him on the mound. We did get to see him last week with his Match Factory Berkwin squad as they won the second Kent State invite. So that could be a good omen for this Wow Factory squad.
And he's going to need to find a way to take care of business. Obviously, he's out here to close. And these guys for Whitecaps have shown a lot of grit. He's not the same pitcher as Angel. He doesn't have that same velocity or that same diversity. He's going to be pounding the ball in the batter's box today and hoping that he can get some guys to whiff here or there.
It is Andrew Drake, Adam Noga, and Brett Zeta set to hit here. Due to time constraints for other broadcasts today, we are not going to have one final commercial break after this. We are going to go straight into player of the game, so stay tuned for that. 0-2, swing and a miss. There is out number one.
And that's going to be his theme for this inning. I'm just going to pound the batter's box, make you swing with the wrong timing, and hope that you can catch some air. And he did that here. He just got 2 more innings. I think this next one is going to rely on his defense, specifically his outfield. And then that third out is going to be all him. Can't believe I'm already counting out Whitecaps, but I like the way that this man first pitches for Sutton.
Driven into center field. That one is down for a 1-out single. Adam Noga, a solid stroke into center field.
You're not going to bat 1,000. You're not going to pitch a perfect game here, but what you are going to do is you're going to be calm and collective. You understand that you can afford to give up 1 run or even 2 as long as there's nothing that just explodes the floodgates wide open. It's a pretty solid day closing out.
I would agree as well. You have 3 runs to work with. Don't allow more than 2.
Don't allow more than 2. It's as simple as that. Simple, not easy.
But run differential is important in this competition, so that is something to keep an eye on. 0-1 the count, the pitch. Swing and a miss, now 0-2. And that's why teams just don't take their foot off of the gas in this kind of competition. 1 run can be the difference between playing on Sunday in the championship bracket or in the silver bracket. 0-2 on Brett Zeta, the first baseman. The pitch taken down low for ball 1. And right now we are nearing the 2-hour mark, and as well, off to our left, more storm clouds starting to roll in. Some darker clouds, but not necessarily meaning rain for the next little while. Hoping that will hold off until the evening or even until these games are over with. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's been a busy day for you, Nathan. Your day's only getting started.
1 more doubleheader left, 2 games, but those should be quicker, as if we go past 45, 50 minutes of game time, we have problems because it's a 40-minute time limit as it's running clock. So
You got timeouts, though.
That could be part of it, but usually those games are done in an hour. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. pops up, and it is going to go out of play, maybe to the bleachers, and it will. A loud thud beneath us.
I thought that one was going to go over the press box.
Looked like it was going to as well, but this one, unlike one earlier, not going to come in here for a souvenir.
Have one of the players sign it. Which one would you have sign your ball, Nathan?
I really don't know. It's from the last game, so we'd see. The 2-2, driven right up the middle. That could have been a catch and a double play. Instead, it's a line drive single from Zeta.
And Staunton just, out of pure instinct, just ducks instead of putting his glove up. That's one he wishes he had back. But just a great hit, great contact, and that's the risk reward when you're pounding the box. Obviously, you're going to rely on that fastball, but the second those batters make contact, man, line drive puts a lot of pressure on the infield to play super efficiently. Now, obviously, you are working with 3 runs here. Don't get more than 2. So he's going to continue to do what he does best and not give up anything big. And obviously, Whitecaps, they got some momentum on their side, but it's going to be a slow, gradual lead if they're going to find a way to earn those 3 runs back. It's going to be a lot of patience.
Wow, what a pitch.
Yeah, just went through the dude's arms.
1-1 now the count on Roberts. A hefty cut there, just couldn't time it up. That time he takes down low for ball 2. He does represent the tying run, I will say that, and the winning run is in the on-deck circle, which should bring us back to the top with John Park. We did have Roseman as a scratch for this game due to some arm pain suffered in the last one. The 2-1 in there now, 2-2. With the time limit now hit, we can't have a tie. I mean, if 3 runs score, that's the best we're going to see. That'd be a weird finish. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch dips in, but misses for ball 3, and we are full. This is going to be the biggest pitch of the game.
It will be the hugest pitch of the game. And Toronto, all the pressure's on him right now. If I'm him, I'm patient. I'm not swinging unless it's super obvious.
The payoff pitch. He fouls it back.
You can hear the fans starting to get into this one. You can feel the intensity. You can feel Whitecaps holding on for dear life in the hands of Toronto. Is he going to swing or is he going to play patient?
Already 1 ball fouled away. The second payoff pitch fouled away again. Toronto stays alive.
Back-to-back similar pitches. I think if you're going to take a risk right here, if you are Sutton, I think this is the time to do it. Maybe try to shoot for a corner, a little breaking ball, or maybe get something down low. You've been kind of going up high, and you're kind of anticipating that. The question is, if you do adjust, is Toronto going to follow?
That will be a big, big question to answer. In the on-deck circle after him, it is Thomas Hayes. 2 foul balls so far in this payoff pitch sequence. The third one, swing and a miss, up and in for out number 2.
And that's what happens when you try to get greedy. You don't have a lot of wiggle room to work with here if you're Whitecaps. Why swing at a ball that you know is not going to go in your favor? Instead, Sutton makes him pay. And all of a sudden, 1 more out, and Wow Factor has themselves a victory.
The tying run now is Hayes, but that one's a killer. Put him on at first. The winning run then steps in. That's a big dynamic change, but right now, 1 out to plate, 3 to tie, 4 to win. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. If it does go back to Park, already 2 hits in this game, we could see him try and do that again. Not a bad spot to be, but not a perfect one either.
It's really going to come down to, can Hayes find himself on plate without giving anything up?
That'll be a tough one here. The 1-0. Inside, too far, now 2-0.
And we're starting to see Sutton diversify his pitching a little bit, just like Angel. It doesn't matter too much, though, but you still want him to continue to pound that batter's box, keep working that fastball, and even if you get another hit, it's still going to be okay. Just as long as nothing extreme happens. Again, it's damage control at this point. 1 run's okay, 2 runs is fine. Just don't do anything that could jeopardize the 3 runs.
Swing and a miss, now 2-2. Hayes down to his final strike, and same with this Cleveland Whitecaps squad. A chance here for the Wow Factor to seal a win. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Popped up the middle. It is down in center field for a single. They're going to send the runner home, but pull him back in the end. The bases are loaded, and the winning run will now step in.
Hayes did what Toronto could not do, took what was in front of him, capitalized, no more, no less. Now all of a sudden, John Park with a chance to make a huge statement. Grand slam here on SmeeSports. Holy cow, I hope the viewers are tuned in because
that one hits him. It hit him. The winning run is now at first. Wow. We saw a grand slam last night. Now a grand slam would be overkill. The tying run is at second base. And now, going back to the top of the 7th inning, how important is that one insurance run?
Very important. Very important. But the way that everything is loaded out right now, man, that's so hard because if I would feel a lot better about Whitecaps' chances if they're playing with 1 out instead of 2. There's just so much pressure right now. And honestly, I think that was smart to hit John Park with that because John could have done a lot more damage. Obviously, a little bit of an ethical question. Now the question is, can Jose Cabin III find a way to get the party rolling?
Jose Caban so far in this game, a sac fly and 2 flyouts. Maybe the most analytically driven player on this squad. We saw him reviewing film in between games. He's a guy who does everything right. It's just when push comes to shove right now, can he get the big hits? Swings and misses there, now a 1-2 count. And he has 1 strike left to manage with. Needs to put this ball in play. The Whitecaps need a hero. Can Caban get it done? The 1-2 left upstairs, and we are even. After Caban, it goes to Nolan Winotovich.
Caban can find himself in a good position, especially with a little bit of the inconsistency that we're seeing right here from Sutton. Just play the patience game.
The 2-2, a good high hanger on the infield. It might go foul, but it will drop on the collision, and that might be an injury timeout as they both collide right in front of the fence. Glad to see both are okay. Heavy work all the way around. Shaker along with Snyder both gave it their all to get there.
Yeah, anything for that game-sealing out. I would run everything too. I would bulldoze 3-4 people, man. I might even do a little hurdle over the dugout to try to get that catch. Either way, Caban still has a chance to play hero or at least put his team up for a good position to get some more runs.
2 balls, 2 strikes, still the count. Caban pops it and almost again into the box.
Like a souvenir.
That's the last play that happened that got us that ball. Just like that. It just didn't skim off the net.
Now, Nathan, do you ever worry that a baseball is going to ruin one of your cameras?
Yes, next question. The 2-2, up and in, and we are full. He thought it hit him, but not going to get the nod.
I think patience is the way to go here.
And now time is being called. They're going to try to say he leaned an elbow in, and if that's the case, I believe that would be a strike, and that would end the game.
Huge implications right here.
I don't think it's a reversible point right now.
I don't either, especially in a game like this. Yes, you want to make sure you get the right call, but you also want to let the kids play. And if he maybe nudged his elbow out for a hot second, okay. That's okay. I think it'll be all right. Like, just let the kids play. I think they're going to give it to him anyways.
And that's going to be the case. Full count, runners in motion, payoff pitch. Down the right side, it is going to be taken in at first, and the wow factor will hang on to win 7-5. Excellent recovery by the defense. Fusco able to pick it up, and that prevents any further damage. The base is loaded to end the game, but the Whitecaps just unable to get the win.
They fought hard. They showed a lot of grit out there today. I know that is basic sports talk, but ultimately the Whitecaps from the first game to the second, they did a really good job hanging in there, and that's going to build a lot of character going into these next couple of months playing these next tournament games. obviously the Wow Factor team came out. Their bats were ready to go. They had some great pitching with Angel today. So you should feel proud of the fact that even though we didn't get these wins, we still fought. We were still competing. We were able to crawl back with the 6th and 7th inning and put up some good numbers. And to be honest, Wow Factor was the better team today. They were a lot more diverse with their batting. They were stronger. They were a lot quicker when it came to infield and outfield play. But the fact that you were able to hang on as the Whitecaps did for as long as they did, my hats are off to them.
Now going to player of the game. Your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. Richie Ansel gets it. Was a spark on the mound. Also had 2 big hits, 2 RBIs today. A difference maker both on the mound and in the batter's box. For that, he earns player of the game honors. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,000 subscribers by the end of this summer. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing and greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports as we serve both the Cleveland and Stark County areas. Our next broadcasts are going to be tonight. Doubleheader number 2 over at Warrensville Heights High School. It is the Tigers taking on Cleveland Central Catholic in the Locked-In High School Summer League semifinals in basketball. Then the winner of that game takes on the winner of North Canton Hoover and Fairview Park in the championship game. If CCC wins, they will be the first 3-time champion. If Hoover wins, they will be the third 2-time champion, joining Lou West and Cleveland Central. If Warrensville wins, they will win it on their home floor. And then finally, from there, if Fairview Park wins it, they will win their first ever title, just like the Tigers. A lot on the line tonight at Warrensville, so make sure to tune in for that. As well, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact me at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to the Healthy Suit Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville for sponsoring today's broadcast. Josh, any last words?
I think Richie Ansel deserves player of the game, just like you said. He did a great job pitching. Obviously got some sparks on the batting box, but ultimately the Wow Factor team, they played together as one. It wasn't 9 individuals on defense. It was one team, and they did a really good job from shortstop to pitching to even the outfield. A lot of great stuff, and obviously the third baseman, probably the unsung hero, never gets talked about, but he's made a couple of great throws today to really help this team win 7-5. Wow Factor plays together as a team, and it's pretty obvious when you watch them.
A fun group to watch, and both Wow Factor squads getting big wins today. 9-5 in game 1, 7-5 in game number 2. He's been Josh Manier. I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Schoonover Stadium in Kent, and we will see you next time. This has been the 2025 Kent State Invite number 3 on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you later today at Warrensville Heights.